Sometimes I think about life and the way life is and how crazy life is. Like, have you guys ever thought about if you really disappeared into your own mind? So, for example, with having borderline personality disorder, you disassociate all the time. And also with me having PTSD, I'm constantly in and out of reality anyway. So I disassociate a lot. And one of the biggest things I think about is what would happen if I really disappeared inside my mind. Like, imagine that. You just disappear and you wake up and all you see is like literally your imagination. So we all know we have good and negative parts of our mind and our imagination. So imagine disappearing into your mind. Now, what's the first thing you're going to see? For me, I disappear into my mind. First, it's black. I'm not going to lie. I see that black wall first. But then all of a sudden, like, I feel like I'm seeing, like, purple caterpillars and the ocean hitting the rocks and hearing that big off the rocks. Obviously, it sounds better than that. But then, once you get into the deep parts of your mind, and this could just be me, because I've been through very traumatic things. I know I have very dark parts of that mind that I'm going to hit. Now, have you ever wondered if you're put in that imagination and you hit that negative part of your mind, are you going to win? Like, would you win? Or would your mind take over? Like, if you're facing your worst nightmare, the worst thing you've ever been through that you still have in your mind, something that you've created, maybe when you were a child, maybe it's that dream about being kidnapped that you were always so scared of, when you would go to sleep next to the window and you would have nightmares about that. Like, what if you're in that part of your mind and you're back to being a kid in your bed and you see someone taking you out of that window, like the same nightmare you used to have as a kid? And I mean, that's a nightmare I used to have as a kid. What if you're in that moment? Are you, have you grown enough that if that happened and you were in that dream again, would there be a different result? Would you fight back? Would you break their head through the glass and run away screaming and you didn't get in the car? What would happen? Would you win? Would you be the ruler of your own mind, or would your mind be too powerful to take over you? And I think it also says a lot about our everyday lives in the way we are. And does our everyday lives win? Does the stress take over and control our lives, or are we the boss of our own lives? Do we decide to take risks and impulse decisions and just run with them, which sometimes isn't a bad thing? Or do we hold back and live? Oh, excuse me. Wow. We hold back and live every day the same way and cry and feel upset and depressed, and we don't know what to do with our lives and we're so upset? Or do we say, nah, I want to be happy, I'm going to make this life-changing decision and I don't care, and we just do that? Or we face that challenge a different way so that we feel happy at the end of it. And I think it's all just kind of a learning curve. But I think that's something we should all think about at some point. Like, if you did disassociate and you ended up inside your own brain, in your own mind, and you ended up in every crevice of that imagination that you have, which we all do, would you be the ruler of your own mind? Or would your mind rule you? Think about that, because I think it says a lot about us. And it's a ponderer. Trust me, I could talk for hours about it, but I'm not gonna, because I've already rambled enough. So I was just wondering, think about that. I think with mine, I might be intimidated at first with some of those dark corners, but I think I've mustered up the strength with all the crazy things I've been through, even in this last year, which has been by far the craziest. You guys have all known if you've seen the other videos. I think I'd be a badass. I think I could beat my mind and then frolic in the nice purple flowers I see everywhere. All right, guys, have a good night. God bless you.